Hi, Yasmeen. Very well, thank you.
Great stuff. Okay, let's get into it. Tell me, Zarif, do you want to share more on what's happening this weekend?
So I think Nisha's probably the best suited to share that
Are we
information, but I
giving to
will give you
Nisha?
guys a bit of a teaser though. So
Okay.
Gallagher Estate is going to be incredible this weekend. It's going to be jam packed with so many people. There's going to be a lot of vendors out there that are selling anything and everything that you could possibly find that you would actually need during this blessed month of Ramadan during Eid. But also something that SMMEs do is that they always find the products that people really require in the country and bring it into the country. So we're going to see a lot of these vendors. We're going to see a lot of people. But from the 29th of February until the 3rd of March, which is going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Gallagher Estate, it is the EidFest 2024. So we're all very, very excited for that. And I mean, Nisha's the organizer of EidFest. She's been doing it for many, many years. So I'm
Yes.
sure she'll be able to give you a much better description. But it's something that we're all very excited for.
Okay, thank you so much, Zarif. Nisha, can you tell me what I'm in store for this weekend? Do you want to share some more
So,
on that?
so I think you have first-hand knowledge of being on that floor, Yasmeen, and you know exactly what transpires in these 4 days. But just to tie into obviously the festivities and the preparation for Ramadan, um, people from all over the country comes to this event to essentially buy their goodies, their Ramadan stuff, their Eidis, their clothing for Eid, and over and above that, it's a social congregation where families get to integrate with each other. It's a meeting place that's Sharia compliant, that is conducive for families and elderly people and children. Whilst you're shopping up a storm, you get to fill your bellies with amazing cuisines. I think one of the biggest challenges for halal food is to have the availability of that and the diversity of it. And Eat Fest provides you with all these fancy cuisines made in Korea and made in Mexico, but it's halal. So that's the essential meeting place this weekend.
Inshallah. I mean, yes, I know you touched on cuisine, and I know we had Chef Zana on about last week, I think, or the week before, and she was telling us all
Yes.
these exciting things on what's happening at the Eid Festival. So, do you want to share more on what she will be doing there as well?
So Chef Zana is a firecracker, I must say, and very excited to have her different cuisines of the world. She's a phenomenal chef and absolutely love her to bits. We're very proud to have her on board this year, and she'll be running a demo kitchen. So she'll be doing 4 demos per day. Zarif and I had a look at her lineup and we thought, okay, can we just RSVP for all of those meals, please? And we'll
Yes.
take full portions instead. But it's fine dining, fine cuisine, made simple and made at home. And so that's what she wants to ultimately transfer to the people that she's going to be doing the demos. The demos will take place Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're putting out the schedule and the menu. So we would love for people to sit there and engage with her. She's got a whole lot of prizes that she'll be giving away for the people that have actually gone through the whole recipe with her and actually watched the cooking show.
Oh, amazing. Okay, Nisha, now we know that you've been doing this for quite some time, but do you want to talk us through some of the behind the scenes and what work does it actually take to pull off something of this caliber? I'm sure you
Nerves
guys
of
haven't been
steel.
sleeping.
Without a doubt. So nerves of steel will definitely be a prerequisite, but beyond anything and beyond everything, it would be heart.
Mhm.
Shana started Eid Fest or Eid Shopping Festival as it was familiarly known back then
Okay.
at the Dome 13 years ago. And the intention with Shana's Good was to create a professional platform for young businesses, small businesses, home industries to have to be able to come in on a professional level, present their products, and network with like-minded individuals and take their brands to another level. 12 years later, Alhamdulillah, we have grown substantially and have with the blessings of Allah and the blessings of our supporters and people like yourself and Zarif and all of those thousands of people that have supported us over the years and our exhibitors mostly. We have now become the largest shopping festival in the country.
Yes, I know the hype builds up. You guys have some amazing hype that's going around. Zarif, do you want to share more? I'm going to just, before we go into a break, can you just give us a tidbit on what will be happening with regards to what you will be doing at the Eid Festival?
So it's going to be really exciting. There's going to be a lot of individuals that are very, influential in society in their various communities that are going to be doing stuff throughout the Eid Fest. We do know that Mumtaz is going to be coming in. Mumtaz Khan is going to be our resident MC. We know that there's going to be Shanaz Karodia coming in. There's also going to be Chef Sana. So there's going to be a lot of entertainment. But one thing that's also very special is that I'm going to be hosting a roundtable event that's going to take place on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, where we're going to be speaking about different topics, and we're going to bring in, people that are incredible when it comes to those industries. So on the Friday night, we're going to be doing a business roundtable, and we're going to be chatting about the importance of mentorship and the importance of business tips to grow businesses in South Africa. Then on the Saturday morning, we're going to be doing a content creation roundtable where we're going to sit down and look at ways in which everyday South African people can go out and use their platforms to be able to earn sustainable income. By working with brands, by building up their own branding, by marketing themselves very well. And then on the Sunday, we're going to be doing a social media roundtable where we're going to take some of your biggest social media stars and just find out a little bit more about their stories. How did they become successful? What are some of their secret gold nuggets on how they became successful? So there's a lot of these roundtables, but away from that, we also know that the vendors play such an important role. For them, there are SMMEs for some of them, and they want to grow their businesses. They want to get to a level where they move from being an SMME to a medium-sized business and grow from there. So we are going to be hosting podcasts throughout the 4 days. We're going to be chatting to exhibitors. We're going to be chatting to staff. We're going to be, chatting to your everyday person that walks into EatFest wanting to come and just buy some gifts or items or whatever, and find out more about their journey, find out more about their experience. But most importantly, we want to see SMMEs grow in South Africa. So these podcasts will then be pushed out on various social media platforms, and it will allow these companies and businesses to grow themselves. So I'm very, very excited for some of the stuff that is going to be taking place, this
I think
weekend when
let's
it comes to the event.
let's take a break then. And when we get back, you can share more on what's going to be happening. What of these stuffs that we can look forward to? It's breaking to an
Awesome.
ad. Okay. I've got no water to sip on.
Salam Media. World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic Sharia and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
After the recent attacks on Gaza, many families have been displaced with their homes left destroyed. Through your donations, our teams are on the ground in Gaza, providing support and delivering necessary aid to families affected. The people of Gaza need your help. Give hope. Donate today to Penny Appeal South Africa. www.pennyappeal.org.za 031 1100 573.
Are here on the ground with many appeal organizations in Gaza.
With so many investment options today, it's only natural that you might feel a little confused which route to take. Should I buy shares or should I invest in gold bullion? Randery Jewelers now brings you the Zahab coin, an alternative to the Kruger Rand. The Zahab coin, a solid wealth protector in its purest form of 24-karat gold, is the safest way to protect your wealth. So don't just sit there and watch your paper money depreciate. Change to gold. Call Randery Jewelers now at 031 202 4701 or visit www.rjcoin.co.za, situated at 151 Essenwood Road, Musgrave, Durban.
Randery Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
When the perfect blend of stylish decor, exquisite halal cuisine, and warm hospitality come together, it could only mean Al Bayt Lodge, your true home away from home. Al Bayt is the ideal heaven for families, business people, and tourists with its 4-star family rooms and other luxurious facilities, conveniently situated close to Port Elizabeth Airport, the beach, and other amenities. Your stay will be truly unforgettable, as you'll be taking home lasting memories of the warm hospitality, the serenity and tranquility that Al Bayt has to offer. For reservations, call 041 583 6415 or visit www.albaytlodge.co.za.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. It's 11:22 and I'm speaking to Zarif Minty and Nisha Naidu from the EidFest, and they're sharing with us what's going to be happening, what exciting things are happening this weekend at the convention center, correct?
Correct.
Nisha?
Gallagher
Okay.
Convention Center in Midrand.
Gallagher in Midrand. Great stuff. And Nisha, this one goes to you. How does the Eid Festival aim to create unity or cultural appreciation? Do you want to share some insight
So
there?
I'd like to think that EidFest in itself, in its entirety, is the epitome of South Africa's rainbow nation. 53% of Africa is Muslim, and we have 22 different ambassadorial bodies that visit the event over the 4 days, that come in with their trade ministers and key people in the industry to be able to identify different opportunities on the floor, different products from South African manufacturers and suppliers and so on and so forth. So it very much lends itself to a B2C and a B2B environment. When we talk about diversity, I think Zarif, he's got an amazing platform, the Generational Wealth platform, and he posted up his hosting the business roundtable. I just want to tell you a little bit about that. A lot of the speakers there, very diverse, comes from different backgrounds, different captains of industry. And I think one of the things was there is perhaps this preconception that it's only for Muslims. I then asked the question, when you go to a Mexican restaurant, do you need to be Mexican to eat the food? So for
You just tapped
me,
into my next question.
but before we go into your next question, just based on what Zarif was sharing with you, we're very honored to have him on board. Zarif is the ideal or epitome of a young entrepreneur, and how he's managed to make his foundation solid on his initiative and his hard work and his perseverance. So when we aligned with Zarif, it was purely because he is the example, the mentor for young people in our communities that would have that passion or need that passion or need the courage to want to set themselves free. And the podcast is going to lend itself to opening up and having that conversation, talking about exhibitors and their passion for starting their business, the story behind all of this. And it's always very interesting to understand what ignites somebody's entrepreneurship. Like I said to our exhibitors before, EidFest is the wedding. Your product is the bride. The groom gets wooed, and that's your visitors. What you do at the wedding on the stage would be your presentation. So
Oh, wow.
it's the marriage that we're bringing together communities, and Zarif's purpose in all of this would be to give back and to ignite passion and motivate and inspire young people like himself and old people like myself to push your limits and deal with all of your passions and create it. There's a formidable platform for you. EidFest brings you that opportunity to grow your business, grow your brand, and take it to the next level.
Great stuff. Zarif, so you're going to tell me now, what discussions specifically are you going to be having at your roundtables? Do you want to share some stuff there?
Sure, yeah, definitely. So on the Friday, we are going to be speaking a lot about business tips. So we have a diverse group of guests that are coming in as speakers. You know,
Do you
some
want to
of them
share the
are
guest names?
experts when, yeah,
Do
sure,
you want to share
definitely.
some
So we
names?
have I'll definitely name drop. We have Norma and Norma coming in now. Now, Norma is actually a very popular, very well-known person. She has over 1.4 million followers on
Wow.
Instagram. You know, she has her own fashion brand as well. And, you know, what she does is she's actually taken a brand where you have a lot of these celebrities and influential people creating clothing. She went for a specific market. She went for, you know, your businesswoman, because she wants to allow every young woman to become the best version of themselves, to enter into the business space, to be able to, you know, dominate and be powerful. So her brand is called Suitably Norma, and we are going to be chatting to a lot about, you know, business tips, like what are some of the challenges you faced when you started your business. Now that it's super successful, is there mentorship opportunities, for example, for younger girls who want to actually follow in your footsteps? But then we also have people like Vinesh Maharaj coming in and Tishan Pillay. Now, both of them are into self-development. They're both into concepts of sales, for example. So we know in South Africa, right, when you're looking at the most successful entrepreneurs, they do two things. Number one is that they know how to maintain relationships. So it's not about building relationships, it's about maintaining relationships. But the second thing is that you have to know how to sell. If you don't know how to sell, you will never become successful as an entrepreneur. You will be limited. You can have the right mindset, but if you don't know how to sell, you'll never become successful. So we have one of the best, if not the best, sales guru coming in to be able to teach people at the EidFest on how to actually sell, you know. And selling doesn't mean selling a product in a business. Selling is every single aspect of your life. You are selling yourself as a brand. When you interact with anyone, for example, it's you practically, you know, selling your best version of yourself so that you can, you know, grow together or develop something together. So there's a lot of aspects behind that. Away from that, we also have someone who is in the art space that will be coming in. Her name is Liz. Now, Liz actually owns one of the biggest and the best art galleries in South Africa. And she's going to speak about the importance of looking at art as an investment, you know, because a lot of people don't really follow the art, especially in the Muslim Indian community, but also in the South African community. So we want to be able to open up people's minds to understand the value of different investments out there. And then we also have an individual coming in from one of these financial companies where they're going to speak about great investments as well. So we have a good, diverse group of people for the business roundtable. And then obviously on the Saturday and Sunday, we have content creation and social media. I mean, the individuals that we got in for social media and content creation, some of them have over 500,000 followers on TikTok. You know, they really do understand the model of monetization, but they also understand the concept of branding themselves really well, how to commercialize themselves. So that information can't be kept with 5 or 6 people within a community. It needs to be shared among
Yes,
everyone. So
I
that's the
agree.
whole purpose of the roundtable. And I'm really looking forward to, you know, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think these conversations are going to be amazing. They're going to be beautiful. But most importantly, it's going to impact the lives of a lot of young SMMEs, a lot of young people that are ambitious and want to grow themselves and want to build themselves. A lot of them are going to get so inspired that it's going to take them to the next level.
That sounds amazing. Before we get, are we going into a break now? But when I get back, I want to know from you, what made you choose the Eid Festival to set up your platform? But we'll chat about that when we get back from the break.
Africa Muslims Agency is on the ground, already providing food, medication, and emergency supplies in Gaza. Donate any amount to Heal Palestine at africamuslimsagency.co.za. Africa Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness. And every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and free zakat calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
When you give water, you're reaching out to drought-affected areas, bringing them to life. Fresh water to drink, to clean, and to grow. That's the power of water. Donate now to Islamic Relief.
Dad, these Frymax chips are so tasty. Wow, that really takes me back. My dad bought me a Frymax chips every day after school. They were my favorite when I was your age as well. Quality is at the very heart of what we do, and that's why we ensure that every Frymax packet is filled with the beautiful goodness and flavor-packed taste that you've come to expect from us since 1982. Frymax, from generation to generation.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. I'm chatting to Zarif Minty and Nisha Naidu from the EidFest. And before we went into a break, I was chatting to Zarif about why he chose the EidFest as his platform. So Zarif, do you want to get into it?
Yeah, sure. So I think for me, like, I've always looked at social media and platforms, I take it very seriously. I've always believed that my entire life. I've always felt that, how you brand yourself, how you commercialize yourself on different platforms is so important. And I learned that skill from a very young age because I've had great mentors, people that are from different religions, different races, and they've really, emphasized that and kind of built that in me. But away from that, I always felt that I was never an influencer. I'm not someone who believes, like, I love the concept of influencing. I think that influencers make a lot of money and they become very successful and very influential. But for my own personal brand, I always felt that I was never going to be like a kind of an influencer. I was never someone who would ever, go out and link myself to another brand or a product, unless it felt right. Unless, when I do associate with it, it has value to it. And I ended up meeting up with Nisha and Shanaz, and we sat down and had a conversation. It wasn't even 5 minutes, and Nisha just started explaining to me what EidFest is all about. A lot of people have pop-ups all around the country. You hear about them every single week. Melrose, Sandton, all these different places. The story behind it adds value. It's all about the impact that you're going to have and you're going to create. So yes, SMMEs can grow from these different pop-ups, and that's great, but all of them do that. What the EidFest does is it goes beyond just allowing SMMEs a platform to grow themselves. What it does is it becomes it's like an ecosystem. You're creating a nurturing pod for SMMEs to grow. So Nisha cares about every single one of these SMMEs, every one of these businesses that come in and exhibit. She doesn't just look at them as A1 or A2 or this is still
A
A3.
number.
For her, it's yes. For her, it's about this business started 2 years ago. It's owned by this person. These are some of the challenges that they're facing. How do I make it an experience better for them at this EidFest? How do I add even more value so that they can grow their business, even though it has nothing to do with me as an individual? And that's Nisha's mindset. And I really do love that. And I think that's the main reason. I think it comes down to impact. Impact is such an important thing. The positive impact that they've had on the lives of SMMEs, on businesses in South Africa. We've seen businesses grow because of the EidFest. Today, the EidFest has actually created so many businesses that are super successful that you would never even assume that they started their first exhibit or whatever it is at an EidFest. So I love it. I love the whole concept of it. I think it's so beautiful. And I think it's just going to grow and grow over the next few years.
Great stuff. Nisha, this one's for you. What inspired the EidFest? I know you and Shanaz have been doing it for a while. You did touch on it earlier, but can you go into it some more on what really inspired the Eid Festival?
Firstly, I just want to say thank you, Zarif, for actually mirroring the passion. And I think having chosen or aligned with you to come on board, I see that you now publicly, I see that, our hearts are aligned, and I'm very grateful for that. To Yesmien, with regards to having started this, it was Shanaz's baby. It was a whim that she believed in the Muslim industry. We don't have this kind of platform. There are events, like Zarif mentioned, there are events, but it does not give you the platform to grow and develop. It gives you a platform to trade momentarily. Now, business is not a quick fix. It's not a return on investment now. It's about brand building. It's about growing. It's about sustainability. And Shanaz has been an astute businesswoman for many years. And when she brought in a brand of her own at some point, she understood that in this community in itself, we did not have that kind of platform that will assist people like herself as a young entrepreneur back 13 years ago, to be able to network with like-minded individuals and then grow your brand, inshallah, to a platform or a international level. So off she went, and what the answer to your question would be, what started EatFest, it was passion, it was love, and then the business followed. Just to understand that the halal industry as itself in the world globally is a $7.2 trillion industry. South Africa is very fortunate, understanding that we're very self-sufficient. So about 70% of what we actually use for halal purposes in South Africa is manufactured here. So that makes you understand that ultimately we are self-sufficient in that respect. And we have the potential to take whatever brands that you have, whatever product you have, to another level. And how do you do that? That task is a mammoth one. If you don't have the right contacts, if you don't have the right know-how, if you don't have the right mindset, like Zarif said. So bringing people on board at this event, I could sell anything at the end of the day, you know, and you could very well bring on an exhibitor, put them on the floor and say, do your thing, and have the mindset of them coming in on board and selling a product, getting their return on investment and establishing, yes, I had a great show or I didn't. Or you could come in with a business mindset, and that's where I come into the place. Shanaz and I mollycoddle our exhibitors to the point that we investigate the business, understand what is their goals, what do they want to achieve with their business, and how are they presenting this business to the public. From design and decor of their stands to having to put up a social media platform or naming their business or having to train their staffs or giving them some sort of motivational training around that space and time and holding their hand to meet those goals and that vision. That's what we do. So the passion is about growing people. And if your mindset is not right, your business is not going to be right. We literally giving you a platform, but before you get onto the platform, we dress you up. And
So you're
that has
basically
always
a
been.
guide. Yes, you're guiding them. You're a guide. You're guiding them in the right direction, in the direction that they need to be. So well done on that, guys. That's amazing. I've got another question. I'm going to hand it over to both of you. So let's start with Nisha first, because we were chatting. How does the festival aim to create unity or cultural appreciation? And then after that, Zarif, you can answer.
So our event is open to everybody. We have exhibitors from all over the world that is on this floor, black, white, yellow, green, and pink, if you would like them. You know, I think EatFest is just the language in which they speak in these few days, and everybody comes together as a community ultimately. So there isn't any racial discrimination or even religious discrimination, because we have people from all walks of life that attend and visit, and we're open to having everybody come to visit and have the experience. It's a absolutely beautiful experience. And the ambiance at EatFest, I shouldn't tell you this. I remember you and I, Yesmien, on the floor on a Saturday. It was so loud, we were screaming at each other, and we were standing right next to each other, you know, in the food court at the Dome back then.
Dome. Yes,
you know?
yes, it was at the
So,
Dome back then. Yeah. Well
yes.
done for coming so far, guys. Amazing work. Zarif, do you want to also reiterate on the cultural unity and appreciation, like we said? Do you want to share?
Yeah, so I think, and I started as well because I'm just thinking about our community, you know, and I think it's something that I really feel we need to work on over the next 5 or 10 years. And I'm so glad that the Each Fest exists, because it's going to create a opportunity for people to see what it should be like and how society should be. You know, I mean, I work in various different platforms, different, you know, media platforms. And one of the platforms that I work in, you know, there's quite a diverse number of different Muslim people from different races. And you always hear the same issues that come out. People always say that they feel isolated within the South African Muslim community, because they feel like some of the stuff is not being pushed out, or they're not seen as the target audience. So they're always seen as the additional members towards the community or whatever it might be, which is really sad in the first place. And I think for me, it goes against what I stand for and what I believe in. I always believe, number one, in the entrepreneurial sense, you can learn from everyone. There's not a single person that you can't learn from, whether the person is a person who's a street cleaner or they're the CEO of a company. You can learn something from any single individual in the entire world. I always believe that. Secondly, I believe that, at the end of the day, we have to build a community that's super, super strong, and a community that identifies every single individual. So we went out of our way to be able to sit down and say, how do we bring like-minded people together into a room? And how do we get them all into an event where everyone can build up a community together? So, I mean, you're looking at some of our speakers as well that are coming in. They're coming from different religions, different races, different professions, different stages of their businesses. A lot of them are extremely successful. A lot of them are also extremely ambitious. And I feel like having that diverse group of people coming together, it will really identify and open up what society and what the community should really be like. I mean, some of our best Muslim influencers currently are people that, perhaps were not Instagram famous before, but because of platforms like TikTok, allowed them to grow an audience that's even bigger than any of our previous, Muslim community influencers. So I love the idea of expansion. I love the idea of growth. And I feel like a platform like EidFest allows us to move in the correct direction moving forward.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for your time, guys. It's been amazing chatting to you guys. Nisha, before we go, can you tell us more information on where we can find the Eid Festival happening this weekend before we end off?
So, Yasmeen, it starts on Thursday. The doors open at 10 o'clock and it continues until 6 o'clock. Your tickets you can actually purchase online. Exciting thing that we've decided to do is a Thrifty Thursday, which we've just launched. So for those of you that are wanting to shop, Thursday would be your ideal day. The ticket prices have been reduced. All of the exhibitors on the floor are having phenomenal specials. I'm like so excited. There's so many things to do. So if you're buying a ticket online, it's 65 Rand. For every other day except for Thursday, your ticket is 50 Rand at the door only. Okay. The Thrifty Thursday lends itself to having exhibitors have discounted prices, special offers. I know that Protein Feed is going to be on the floor. Protein Feed is a product of Amca, and they literally selling a bottle of shampoo and a conditioner and giving you a hair straightener for 200 Rand. So it's like madness for
madness.
Special offers. Yes.
I'll be there for that.
Well, there we go. And then Chef Zana's got a whole lineup of giveaways to do. And Shanaz Karodia has got a 20,000 ultimate shopper package to be won for one person. So this is an amalgamation of products from all of the people on the floor that have generously contributed to give the one Miss EidFest Ultimate Shopper that benefit, that you would have everything from the floor and it would be your gift. And so we're looking forward to having people come through. Friday, we open at 2:30 just after Juma Salah, and we trade until 10 o'clock. On Saturday, it's all guns blazing from 10 o'clock in the morning till 10 at night. And on Sunday, it's from 10 to 7. Before I part ways with you, I want to say, standing on the floor last year and walking around looking at our communities that came in from far and wide, it gave me a huge sense of appreciation, knowing that I saw children, I saw elderly people, I saw people in wheelchairs, I even seen people on crutches that came together from different backgrounds, from different societies, white people, black people, yellow people, Indian people, Chinese people, Turkish people. All of these people were there, but they were safe and they were free and they were in a Sharia compliant environment. And it is a rare commodity for such a huge congregation of people to convene in one space in a specific area and be safe and feel that it's okay for my children to play. It's okay for me to eat this food because it's halal. It's okay for me to do business with these people because they have been credit vetted per se. So it felt amazing. The last thing before I part, and one of the most closest things to me, would be our Salah facilities. We are we are honored to have the musallas from the Nabawi Mosque in Saudi Arabia that
Wow.
you could come and pray on, and it is such an honor. We had this last year, and thousands of people had come through. Just being able to pray on a mat that was prayed on by millions of people from all over the world. We have those carpets at our Salah facility this year, and we invite everybody to come and have that magical spiritual experience.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Zarif, thank you so much for taking out the time. Nisha, thank you to you too. And yeah, I'll hope to see you guys this weekend, inshallah.
I'm looking forward to it, inshallah. And Zarif, I think you're the right person to spearhead all of this crazy. And we're looking forward to perhaps you and Yasmeen having some banter on the floor.
Let's do
Definitely.
it. That
Looking
sounds
forward
good.
to it. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Assalamu
Thank
alaikum.
you. Walaikum
Walaikum
salam.
salam.
We go into our ad break now. And when we get back, we're speaking to Najma Khan from DMK Skincare.